Hey guys, welcome back to Happy Medium. I have a few exciting updates for you. So first thing is it's my birthday this weekend, so I'm turning 24, which is really exciting. But the bigger news is that on Thursday I passed my NASM CPT exam, so I'm officially now a certified personal trainer. And I'm so excited. I worked my ass off studying for this. And so I thought I would make this video kind of how to pass your NASM or your CPT exam and how I studied and how I structured it, and I'm also going to go over what questions were on my test. Keep in mind every test is different, so these won't necessarily be the questions on your test, but it will just kind of give you an idea of like how deep you need to go into studying. So yeah, I am very excited. Okay, so first thing, the test was structured a little differently than I thought it would be. It's definitely more challenging than the practice exams that they give you, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't too bad. It's 120 questions and you get 2 hours to do it. I had plenty of time. I think I finished in about 40 minutes and then I just went back and checked my answers. But yeah, I feel like the actual test was a little bit more detailed than the practice exams, but again, it wasn't too significant of a difference. So don't worry too much. If you're acing the practice exams, then you should be pretty set. My number one tip is don't procrastinate. I feel like I know what it feels like to procrastinate, and it's very stressful for me and causes me a lot of anxiety, so I made sure I did not procrastinate when studying for this. I set aside a little time each day to study, even if it was just for like half an hour, or just kind of quizzing myself on something or taking a little quiz. Second step is do the guided study, and don't cheat by just looking up the answers so you can pass the quizzes, or don't cheat on the discussion sessions by just looking at your classmates' answers. Really do it for yourself. Otherwise, the only person you're cheating is yourself. You might think you're cheating the system, but you're just not gonna learn the material. So make sure you just take advantage of all the resources that they give you, or that's whatever's in your package. Next is take full practice exams when it gets kind of towards the end. I would take a practice exam every day and then note all of the answers that you got wrong, and based on what you got wrong you can see what section that was in the book, and then you should go back and reread that section that you didn't understand and really try to understand it, and just keep doing that every day, and you'll eventually get through pretty much most of the material and get a better understanding of it all. So now I'm gonna go over things that were on my actual test itself. One thing is, you probably already know this, but definitely learn the overactive and underactive muscles during the overhead squat assessment. There are other assessments like the pushing assessment and pulling assessment and single leg squat assessment, but the main thing you need to know is the overhead squat assessment, because a lot of those compensations occur on the other assessments as well. So if there's any one thing you should know, it is that. You should know nutrition. I think two of the questions that were on my test was how much protein is recommended for the average person and how much caffeine is recommended before a workout. So definitely know those types of things. Other random questions they asked what muscles were part of the hip flexor. They asked a lot about, not a lot, but a few questions on the stages of change model. So the pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, maintenance phase. You have to know which phase someone is in based on their behavior at that time. Also know the types of support you can get. There's instructional, instrumental, like emotional support. So know those. Also, a big thing besides the overhead squat assessment is to know the static postural assessment. So definitely know pronation distortion syndrome, lower cross syndrome, upper cross syndrome, and what are the shortened and lengthened muscles during those. More about nutrition. So they asked about amino acids. I think the question was which one of these is an essential amino acid. So there's 8 essential amino acids. Another thing they asked was energy systems. So know that there's ATP, PC, there's glycolysis, and there's the oxidative energy systems. I think the question I got was which energy system is being used for like a sprint. So we know that ATP-PC is the shortest lasting energy system, and so for a sprint, you're most likely going to be using that one. I think you should know, I think this was actually my biggest struggle during studying, was memorizing or learning what to do for specialized populations. So knowing what to do for each type of chronic illness, and I would always get everything mixed up, so definitely know those. They asked a question about what to do or which exercise is appropriate for a client with hypertension. They also asked what medications people take for certain conditions and what are the side effects of those medications. So I wasn't expecting it to go that in depth either. So that was one question. Not sure if I got it right. So side note, they do not tell you what your score is at the end or what questions you got wrong or right. They just say pass or fail. And you do know if you passed or failed right after you take the exam. So it was nice to know it right away, but it was also really nerve-wracking. But I didn't get to see how many I got wrong or what I got right and wrong. So I wish I could, but I don't know. Definitely know what workouts fall into which phase of the OPT model. Definitely know the OPT model. That's huge. That's pretty much what NASM is all about. And so I feel like they tried to be a little tricky with some questions. So one of the questions was, which system should you use with a client that doesn't have a lot of time? And my initial thought to that would be circuit training, because it specifically says in the book circuit training is used for people who don't have time, because it's fast and you get a cardio and a muscular workout in at the same time. But peripheral, I can't say that word, I'm sorry. Peripheral heart action system is a type of circuit training, and so that was listed, and so I knew to choose that one. So just definitely know those specific training methods and what to use for clients in what stage of the OPT model, and what to use for clients who are shorter in time, or what systems are kind of contraindicated for people with chronic diseases and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I can remember what was on my test. I wish I could remember more and tell you guys, but I hope it gave you kind of a general sense for what the questions are like, so it can help you study for your exam and pass it on the first time. Make sure the night before and morning of, I don't recommend cramming. I feel like just relax, treat yourself, don't stress. I feel like the night before and the morning of, it's like, all right, you know what you know, go in there and do your best. Cramming and trying to memorize things isn't gonna help you now. And you shouldn't even just be trying to memorize it, because if you wanna be a personal trainer, you want to know your stuff. That's the whole point. You want to give clients what they want and let people see results and be safe at the same time. It's really important that you just know this stuff, not just for memorization. So yeah, again, just relax before the night of the test, stay positive, and just believe in yourself. You can do it. The next steps for me after I've taken this exam is I'm going to participate in the NASM Gymternship program. So they assign you to a local gym near you, and you kind of get to shadow a personal trainer and see what it's like and get some hands-on experience working with a personal trainer. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm not sure how it's going to work with my full-time job, but we'll make it work. We always do. And I'm also signed up for the fitness workshop in San Francisco. So I hope to meet a lot of people there and network there, and just to learn and get more hands-on experience at the workshop. And I also signed up for the Business Accelerator program, so I'm going to be taking some business courses and, you know, trying to learn a little bit about that, because I think that will definitely be good for me, and these next steps I think will be vital to my success in Happy Medium. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited I passed this exam. It's such a relief, and I just feel like I'm one step closer to my goal. So let me know if you guys like this video. I know it's really only applicable to people who are taking the NASM or any CPT exam, but if you're curious about any personal training topics, or you're taking the exam and you're confused about a certain section, just let me know and I can make a video to cover that and explain it to the best that I can. And I am here to give any advice and help with study tips, or help anyone who has questions. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a great weekend, and stay positive and be happy. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.